Migrants trying to earn legal status in the U.S. are required to attend a series of court hearings. But more and more frequently, these court appearances are becoming targets for ICE. Last month, a mother and her two children, originally from Honduras, were detained in the hallway after their immigration hearing in Los Angeles. One of those children, a 6-year-old boy with leukemia. He has a 9-year-old sibling. The family is currently being held in Texas and is now suing the administration over their arrest. And joining us now here in the studio is Alora Mukherjee. She is the director of the Immigrant Rights Clinic at Columbia University. She is representing the family. I want to thank you for being here, Alora. So let's get up to speed on, first of all, what happened here. How did this all go down, the arrest and then the detention?
It's worth starting with how the family entered the United States.
Okay.
They are asylum seekers. They waited to enter the United States lawfully. When they crossed into the United States, they were paroled in, meaning that the Department of Homeland Security determined that the family was not a danger to the community and not a flight risk. DHS told the family, come to court on May 29th, 2025 in Los Angeles. That's exactly what this family did. They went to the immigration court in Los Angeles, explained to the judge that they wish to continue with their asylum cases. The Department of Homeland Security moved to close their cases. The judge granted that motion. As the family stepped out of the courtroom, there were men waiting for them dressed in civilian clothing. The men arrested them, detained them, and took them down to a first-floor area of the Los Angeles courthouse. There, the family was detained for hours. They were in tears. They were crying. They were told they couldn't go home. They were told they couldn't make a phone call. Then the family was taken to a second detention area in Los Angeles, where they were held for about 11 hours overnight. At one point, while the family was there, an ICE official lifted his shirt, displaying a gun. That terrified the 6-year-old boy.
Yeah.
He urinated on himself. He was left in wet clothing for hours until the family was put on a flight to San Antonio the next morning. And now the family is detained at the Dilley Detention Center in Texas.
I just want to back up. So you said that the judge in that court hearing, to which they were compelled to show up, and they did, they followed the rules. That judge said what about their case? They were granting?
The judge granted the motion to dismiss by the Department of Homeland Security. So last month, 3 memos went out that have played into the lives of this family and hundreds, if not thousands of others. So the DHS attorneys in immigration court were told dismiss the cases of people who are coming before the court. The immigration judges were told grant those motions to dismiss, and ICE was told wait outside the courtrooms to arrest the law-abiding people who show up for their immigration
Which is a direct
court hearings.
contradiction.
Absolutely. It is terrifying to immigrant communities who are trying to do everything right, who are trying to comply with the law, who are showing up for their immigration court hearings. Now they are getting arrested for doing the very thing they're supposed to do.
First of all, we've mentioned that the 6-year-old has been battling leukemia. How's he doing? What do we know about the family's whereabouts and how they're doing right now?
The family is in detention. They've been in detention for more than a month now. The little girl and the little boy cry every night and pray to God for God to let them out of the detention center. The 9-year-old has lost her appetite. The 6-year-old barely eats. He has occasional bone pain. He has easy bruising. He is showing concerning symptoms, and his mom is terrified.
Laura, I don't know. I'm glad you're on this case. I'm glad that you're following this and trying to do everything you can. Just very quickly, are you hopeful you'll get them out of detention?
We are doing everything we can to get them out of detention. I've been pleading with the Department of Homeland Security for about a month now to try and get the family released. Last week, we filed a federal habeas petition and complaint for the family, now seeking a federal court's intervention to have the family released from prison.
Laura Mukherjee, best of luck with all of that. Let us know how it turns out.
Thank you.
Thank you.